Brief history of early Chinese contact and settlement to Taiwan to 1624.
Emperor Sun Quan dispatched a military expedition to locate the mysterious island of Yizhu. Though they captured thousands of indigenous people, 90% of the soldiers died from disease. Sui records describe an island society with no penal code and governed by independent commanders. In 1171, the Bishai raiders from the south began attacking the coasts of Penghu and Fujian. Modern historians identify these raiders as Visayans who used southern Taiwan as a staging ground. To counter these raids, the Song dynasty established the first military garrison in the Penghu archipelago. By the mid-12th century, Penghu was formally under the administrative jurisdiction of Fujian. The Yuan dynasty established the Penghu Patrol Inspectorate, the first formal bureaucratic office in the strait. In 1349, Wang Dayuan noted that Taiwan's inhabitants were entirely separate from the people of Penghu. Private merchants established direct unregistered trade with the Aborigines by the 1340s. 18 islands in Penghu have yielded illicit trade ceramics meant for Southeast Asian markets. While Penghu was integrated into the empire, the main island of Taiwan remained outside its boundaries. In 1371, the Ming dynasty enacted the sea ban, Haijin, making private overseas trade a capital crime. The Ming abolished the Penghu Inspectorate to prevent collaboration with offshore smuggling networks. Taiwan became an ideal haven for pirate organizations because it lay outside Ming administrative control. In 1563, Lin Daoqian utilized the treacherous shoals of southwestern Taiwan to evade the Ming Navy. These pirate bases often led to violent conflict with indigenous groups over hunting grounds. Other leaders like Lin Feng used Taiwan to launch raids against Chinese shipping before being forced out. Yan Siqi organized some of the first Han agricultural settlements, focusing on farming and logging. Zheng Jilong consolidated these pirate networks into a powerful armada that dominated the strait. The Ming court eventually co-opted Zheng Jilong, appointing him as admiral to secure the borders. Legends claimed the eunuch Zheng He visited the island, leaving brass bells for the households. Northern groups engaged in thriving trade for essential materials, yet remained politically autonomous. During the late Ming, Taiwan was a critical extra-legal space beyond the reach of dynastic law.
The Ming launched a campaign to wipe out Japanese pirate networks using the island as a base. Accompanying the fleet, Chen produced the first detailed first-hand ethnographic account of the island. Chen observed that the Siraya lived in independent villages with no centralized political authority. Their society practiced a matrilocal marriage system where men joined their wives' households. Young men lived in the gongxi, large public structures where community matters were discussed. Women managed slash-and-burn agriculture, while men conducted collective deer hunts. Chen documented headhunting practices but noted they were a sign of bravery, not mere barbarity. The indigenous economy relied on a balance of farming, hunting, and fishing. He viewed the Siraya as living in a state of contented simplicity, parallel to Chinese history. Coastal trade continued, bringing iron and porcelain into the lives of the northern groups. The islanders lived without imperial taxes or corvée labor, entirely self-sustaining. His record provides a rare glimpse into pre-colonial indigenous life before the global shift. The VOC expansion sought to monopolize the silk and porcelain trade in East Asia. Through diplomatic pressure, the Ming compelled the first Dutch expedition to withdraw. Upon returning, the Dutch built Fort Penghu using brutal forced labor with high casualty rates. The VOC used their base in Penghu to raid unlicensed Chinese shipping. The Ming state treated the occupation of Penghu as an invasion of imperial territory. Facing a 3-month siege, the Dutch accepted a negotiated settlement to leave Penghu. The agreement required the VOC to withdraw from Chinese territory and move further east. In August 1624, the Dutch relocated to southwestern Taiwan and founded Fort Zeelandia. This transition integrated Taiwan into the global capitalist trade network. The arrival of the Dutch ended the island's era of relative isolation from world powers. Formal colonization established the first state-administered boundaries on the island. The 1624 pivot changed Taiwan's relationship with regional empires and the world economy forever.